Welcome back to another one of my mathematics tutorials. In this session, we will be looking at common factors with groupings. If you haven't seen my previous video on factorizing algebraic expressions using common factors, be sure to do so. Let's consider the expression 7a plus 14b plus ce plus 2cb. Now note that there are four terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. But there is no factor common to all four terms. Let me expand it to show you. See, you can see here that there isn't a common term amongst all of them. However, the first two terms has 7 as a common factor. And our last two terms has C as a common factor. So what we can do is we can group our expression into two pairs consisting of two terms each. So I can group this and I can group this. Now by grouping them, each group has a common factor. Now let's take out that common term. 7, open brackets, A plus 2B plus common factor in the second grouping is C, open brackets, A plus 2B. Now, by taking out that common factor from each group, we have reduced the expression from 4 terms to 2 terms. This entire thing here being one term, and then this entire thing here being another term. Now, in my previous video, you would have seen how to move from these two terms to factoring out this term here. Remember, I take out my common term, that was 7, and in the brackets, I'm going to put my remainders. So my remainder here was A, that is how I got A here, and 2B, that is how I got 2B there. And remember, our sign was plus. For the second expression, I extracted my common term C, and I put my remainder there, A, plus my remainder 2B. Now, let's suppose I wanted to expand out this expression here with these two terms. Now, it might be easier to see these two terms if A plus 2B was a letter or a variable rather than an expression. So let's see, let A plus 2B be equal to x. So my expression would now read 7x plus cx. Remember, x is A plus 2B. So wherever I saw A plus 2B, I wrote x. So it's going to be 7x plus cx. Now if I expanded that out, I would have gotten 7x and cx. I would have seen that x was common with those two terms. So in order to factorize those two terms, I would have had x, open brackets, 7 plus, because my sign there is plus, 7 plus c. C is my remainder there and 7 is my remainder. So it's x multiplied by 7 plus c. Now remember, x here is A plus 2B. So when I factorize that expression, I need to write back what x is. It's going to be A plus 2B and 7 plus c. So when I factorize this expression with 4 terms, I am going to get this here. And this is called factorization by grouping. It is a technique used to factorize an expression consisting of 4 terms, just as in our case here, where there are common factors but in the pairs of terms. So we noticed that all 4 terms didn't have a single common factor. So what we did, we grouped our terms based on whether they had something common with each other. So these 2 terms had 7 being common with each other, and these 2 terms had C being common with each other. Now let's have a look at another one. Let's say we have this expression here. This is what our expansion will look like. Notice that there are no common variables with all 4 terms. However, I can see that 3 is common with my first 2 terms, and I can also see that K is common with my last 2 terms. So what we can do is factorize based on our groupings. So my first factor I'm going to extract is 3. My remainder there is 2x. My sign plus, my remainder there is 3. My sign in the middle of those is plus. I'm going to extract K, open brackets, my remainder 2x and 3. And my sign in the middle of those 2 terms is plus. So what we have done is factorize it based on our groupings. Now I have 2 terms. What I can do, I can examine my 2 terms, and I'm going to notice that this here is actually common with my 2 terms. So what we could do is we can let 2x plus 3 be equal to, let's say, y. So wherever I see 2x plus 3, I'm going to put y. So it's going to be 3y plus ky. Now I can do my factorization. 3y is 3 multiplied by y, and ky is k multiplied by y. So now I can see that y is common. I can factorize that y. I'm going to get y, open brackets, my remainder, 3, my sign, plus my remainder there is k. And remember, y is 2x plus 3. So here is actually 2x plus 3 and 3 plus k. So there you have it. You have factorized completely that expression there with 4 terms. If you liked this video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more of my videos.